next speaker will be speaking about libraries, and it's Pam Christensen from Peter White Public Library.
Good evening, everyone. It's wonderful to have all of you here with us tonight. The Peter White Public Library is the largest public library in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. We were established by an act of the Michigan Legislature in 1891. The Peter White Public Library has been providing quality library services to the residents of the Marquette area for over 124 years. The library is one of 6 public libraries that serve Marquette County. We serve over 36,400 residents who live in the city of Marquette, Chocolate, Marquette, Sands, Scandia, West Branch, Ewing, Turin, and Wells townships. Almost 1,000 people a day walk through our doors. We have over 300,000 visits per year. People visit us for a variety of reasons. They visit to take advantage of a full range of library services. We have over 280,000 items in our collection. That includes books, magazines, newspapers, DVDs, art prints, and compact discs. We also, for many people, are the only way that they have to access a personal computer or the internet. We also provide fax services, printers, scanners, photocopying, a variety of services. We also have in our county one of the largest collections of local history and genealogy service or materials. We also offer a lot of online databases. We offer interlibrary loan through the Michigan Electronic Library. And we also provide online services such as the Mango language courses, the Great Lakes Digital Library, which provides downloadable ebooks and audiobooks. And we have Zinio, the digital magazine collection. People use us for so many things. And to many of you, the cuts that we've already sustained are not apparent. We've cut a lot of things that you, the users, don't realize. We have been affected by the Michigan Tax Tribunal appeals, and as Randy said, we were one of the first agencies that really went public about those cuts and how they were causing the library to have to make some very difficult decisions. In the fiscal year that we just ended, September 30th, we have had to repay over $52,000 in Michigan Tax Tribunal appeals, decisions, and stipulations. That's not a huge part of our budget. Our budget is almost $1.8 million a year. But when you look at the current docket at the Michigan Tax Tribunal, we are looking at over $230,000 in potential repayments. The largest of these is related to the We Energy's Presque power plant. If all of the appeals on the docket are approved, we will completely deplete our fund balance and probably have to dip into our budget for another $50,000 to $70,000. In subsequent years, successful appeals and decisions, these are just the ones that are on the docket right now, they will reduce the taxable value of properties within our service area by over $85 million. And that equates to the library on our millages, just in the city and the townships that we serve, over $156,000. So that's about 10% of our annual budget. The Board of Trustees has been aware of the Michigan Tax Tribunal for a number of years, thanks to our partnership with Marquette Township. As a result of MTT appeals, the board was forced to reduce library hours Mondays through Fridays. The library now opens at 10 a.m. instead of 9 a.m., and I hear that every day at 10 a.m. from people who say, you know, I used to come at 9. In March of 2015, the board was also forced to eliminate our Sunday hours. That's another 5 hours per week from our operating schedule. In the past year and a half, the library hours have been cut 10 hours per week. We've also cut our budget for library materials. We've cut hours for our part-time staff and other line items which, as I said, are not apparent to you, the users. The future of the Wisconsin Energy's Presque Isle Power Plant is one of the biggest factors affecting the library. Their decision to appeal to the Michigan Tax Tribunal just kind of hastens the loss that we may see to our tax base. If the Presque Isle Power Plant appeal is successful at the current level, and some of these other tax tribunal issues are decided, and other people decide to appeal to the Michigan Tax Tribunal, we will be forced to cut additional hours and services. We may be forced to cut another 1 or 2 days per week. I would hate to see that because I know how valuable our services are to the residents that we serve.
I was very pleased that Pam finished on time. While I wasn't too frightened of an armed sheriff's deputy, but a librarian I wasn't going to cross. Our next speaker will speak about senior programs, Marquette County Medical Care Facility, and it's Jerry Irby.
I was asked a week ago by Carl Zuger, who was our Director of Senior Services in the city of Marquette, if I would be so kind to step in, and he was going elk hunting. So I said, sure, Carl, as long as I get a steak. So, but he said, Jerry, it's just going to be a brief comment. Okay, so he wrote out a brief comment for me. But as you know, I might add to it. But he basically was talking about the Marquette Senior Center, which is located here in the city of Marquette, which serves a wide expanse of Marquette Township, Chocolate Township, Powell Township, and the city of Marquette for the population of 60 and over. And it's a great center. They provide a lot of services to our seniors, information, referrals, core services, homemaker, it goes on, financial management, personal care, as long as health, recreation, and education, and leisure activities. That's what he wrote. So I got, how many more minutes?
Until you get the signs from
Okay, well, the thing is that there's much more than the city of Marquette. The senior services in Marquette County are very wide expanding, as he mentioned, as far as the distance that we have in Marquette County. Well, those are where seniors live. And I have the pleasure of the last 3 years serving on the State Aging and Adult Services Commission, and our goal is to keep our seniors in their home as long as we can. To give them the services that give them a quality of life, Meals on Wheels, having someone there to bring them a warm meal, visit with them, making sure they're secure in their homes. They deliver Meals on Wheels and snowmobiles, snowshoes. I mean, you know, wherever they are, we'll get to them. The baby boomers are coming. We have a projection of 20% more adult citizens in the city of Marquette, let alone the township, you know, within the next 10 years. Those services have to be expanded. Now, true, they might be a different service than what our seniors who are at 80 years old right now require, but we want to make sure we're at the cusp of making sure they get the services that they need. You know, one of the things that was mentioned, and I always remember this when I got involved in politics in the city and you know, throughout the county. I sat on the Aging Services Commission or board. I was chairman there for a few years. Is that great things come out of the UP. You know, many initiatives statewide have started in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. And what I'm hearing, what's going on now, Greg, whatever your group is doing, what I see out here, all these faces, seniors and young people, you know, people here who have a vested interest in what we offer our citizenry. It's great to see we all come together, but we also take the message downstate. Now, next week I have a commission meeting in Lansing. I called this morning and asked that dark stores be on our agenda. We're going to talk about dark stores. They don't know about this downstate. You know, our representatives have you know, said, yay, this is happening, but a lot of them don't know. I want us as a commission Senior Commission in the state of Michigan to look over the state of Michigan, see what impact this is going to have on senior services throughout the state of Michigan. So that's my message, and it's great being in front of you, and I look forward to the other comments. Thank you.
Okay, our next speaker will be speaking on behalf of Marq-Tran, Delynn, Klein.
Thank you for coming this evening. I'm excited to see the room is full. Well, as you know, I'm from Marq-Tran, and a lot of people think our buses are empty. They're really not. I can tell you last year we did 376,847 passengers. We have 9 fixed routes. We have 5 door-to-door services and 2 deviated fixed routes. Our deviated fixed routes, we go to 2 communities that do not have any grocery stores, any pharmacies, and we bring them into communities that do have that, be it Irby, and then they can get our fixed routes and go wherever they like, into Marquette or whatever. We also have 36 vehicles to get people around, and the type of trips that people take are, we do dialysis trips, we do cancer, people who are going to cancer treatment trips, many different medical trips, shopping, we take students to and from school, basically anything. We're the general public transportation as we should be. We also have an interlocal agreement with other transits in the Upper Peninsula, so we will go to and from other transits, and you will see them in our community also. That's one thing that, you know, we're pretty proud of in transportation, but just so you're aware of it, you will see others. What does this do for us? Well, we use the local money, the village money that we get to secure our federal and state funding that we get, and that's for our operation funds, and that's very important. If we didn't have that local funding, we would not be able to secure the federal and state money that we do get. And the other thing that we're on just about everybody's local emergency plans. So if there is, anybody has an emergency and they need an evacuation, we have our buses there pretty close. 911 calls us, and we are usually there within within a half hour. I know when Mather had their fire, we were there within 15 minutes. We had 5 buses there. They had an evacuation at one of the schools. It happened to be really close. We were there within 5 minutes. And just so you're aware of what we do and how we do it, your public transit is very important. And I really think that even though we get a small portion of it, it's very important as a community that we stick together and we make sure that we get our fair share, because it is important and we have to stick together on this. And I want to thank you for everything that you do, and thank you for being here.
Visit mqtfairshare.org for further information on how the rulings of the Michigan Tax Tribunal are negatively impacting communities across the state and what you can do to help solve this problem.